I'm excited. I'm excited to have my man Carl Lentz, Pastor Carl Lentz, in the building.
Yes, sir.
Today.
Studio Plus.
Young King.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Young King. Son of the son of the king.
Son of the son of the king. Ooh, that's a good bio for Twitter.
I like that. That's
now, if you don't know Pastor Carl Lentz, you probably do know him for many different things. One might be the Brilliant Idiots podcast.
That's it.
That you've definitely come on. Another might be his book, which is called
Own the Moment.
Own the Moment, out now. You can access that, obviously Barnes & Noble and all those other stores, but online as well.
Online.
Do you do Audible?
Yeah, I did my own audio.
You record it yourself?
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
You should, because we're listening to you
100%.
at church.
Yes.
Which I haven't gotten a chance to listen to you.
But you've been, because you're my boy. And
multiple times. Why do you think the Lord is keeping us apart, but bringing me close?
I think it's like Shaq and Kobe. It's like right time, right place.
I like that.
We're gonna have a good Shaq Kobe combo.
If I may make it religious, I think sometimes a union is better when you wait.
Ah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
No, I totally. You know what I mean?
I hear you that. Okay, because I've been to Hillsong twice.
Yep, and conference. You came to conference at the Barclays Center.
I was considering that my second time.
Okay.
Maybe I went to Hillsong twice.
You did.
In the city. No, I went to Hillsong twice in the city.
Yep.
And then I went to conference at Barclays. Now, for people who are not familiar with Hillsong, Hillsong is a Christian church. Is there like a denomination with it?
It's non-denominational, which is a denomination. It just means we're not really affiliated with some of the weird traditional stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, this is Flagrant 2. We're not going to get into, tons of religious stuff like that. We're talking about sports. We're talking about all this stuff.
My brother.
I know it is, but I know that when people try to do with you, they try to get you in these gotcha combos.
They lose every
Of course
time.
they lose. Of course they lose. But that's not what we're here about.
No.
Now, I went to this first time I go.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not there. You're doing some, I don't know, you were, I think, in Boston.
Yeah, I was away,
because you often will go and preach in other places as well.
Yeah.
Wild. Did not know what to expect. I've only been to Catholic church.
Right.
So when you go to like Catholic church in Spain, I think that was the last time I went.
What were you doing in the Catholic church in Spain?
I was living in Spain, and I was like, I might as well get, this
Trying
is
to wash away his sins.
maybe that. There's probably some of that. It was more touristy, I would imagine. But and then I went to this, and it was quite different. It was like fun. It was a concert. There was music. There's this music element to it. The music thing got me. That's my cardio music, by the way.
Really?
I have 3 songs, okay, on Apple Music. I start at the end of the Hillsong singles list. The last song is...
You know it. KB, you gotta snap some and film a little bit.
The last song, I'm going to show you exactly what I do, because it's a little confusing. There's like 2 different Hillsong lists.
Yeah.
Right? One is Hillsong Worship, and then the other is just Hillsong Music.
Yeah, so there's like Hillsong Worship, Hillsong United, Hillsong Young and Free.
Oh, these are different denominations of your non-denominational.
So like our church has, imagine like a music label.
Right.
That would be Hillsong Church, and then we have 3 different extensions of that. So it's like kind of different vibe. Each one has their own sound.
Well, I started that Hillsong Worship, bro.
Yes, sir.
And I do that, Oh, Praise the Name.
Ooh, that is a good song.
Bro, I start with the Oh, Praise the Name. That's what gets me in.
Yeah.
Then that wraps around to, what a beautiful name, Live.
Yes.
I prefer Live.
Yes.
Because you get the audience in, everybody's going. And then, Who You Say I Am, this is a little different. No, So Will I. So Will I is for the last...
How do you choose the music?
Well, this just happens to be a playlist.
No, I'm asking, how do you choose?
So my best friend, Joel,
Yeah.
he wrote that. He's like my favorite songwriter of all time. But that song is what's cool about that song is if you don't necessarily believe what we believe, that song will still get you thinking.
Dog.
Bring you peace. It's awesome.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. And again, I was raised no religion. I had so much fun at the church. Went a couple times, brought a couple friends. And then I was having a shitty week, bro.
Right.
And you said, yo, come out to this thing in Brooklyn. I didn't tell you how bad a week I was having, but it was like I was kind of down.
Wow.
And I remember taking the R train by myself out to Barclays.
You took the R?
I took the
That's
R.
dedication.
I know. It was bad. And I went there
You could have died.
I could have died, bro. And I went there and I missed you. You were late too, by the way.
No, I was back there. I saw you. I knew where you were sitting. I was
Right.
getting ready, and you had to leave to go to a show.
Yeah, I was looking for you. I felt like a thought. I was just kind of like waiting to see Kyrie. Here I am. I'm over here, Kyrie. So I was looking. I didn't see you at all. I saw the people go up. The dude who's like the head of it with the voice,
Brian.
That guy got a voice.
He does have a voice.
I don't know how many cigarettes you got to smoke a day to get that voice.
It's either a lot of cigarettes or a lot of sermons. I think it's the latter, because that guy hate my
sermon sounds like how Southern people say semen.
But he true. Never
I got a lot of sermons.
People say he sounds like Bruce the Shark from Finding Nemo.
Fair enough. The dude's voice is compelling.
Yeah.
I'm in there. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm hearing my songs. Everything's good. There was like this weird, like modern dance performance and the thing. I grew up in a dance family. I should appreciate it more. But the music, once they started playing the hits, it's like fucking Bruce Springsteen out there. It was crazy. I felt really good. You're around all the positivity.
How different is this church than a black church? Just a regular black music church.
Really different, but that same thing that you're referring to.
No, a lot of black people.
A lot of black people.
Yes.
A lot of black people. But like often black churches are known for their powerful worship. And that's what we're kind of referring to. I think we would feel that same heart, that same vibe. In our
I was feeling, bro. I was feeling good. I was feeling positive. I felt amazing. And I literally was like so depressed, as depressed as I've ever been. And I walked out of there. I'm feeling fucking good. I even texted you. I was like, thanks so much. I really, it means a lot, man. I really needed that. I walked down into the subway and this guy came up. He's like, hey, man, you got an extra swipe? And I'm like, nah, get the fuck out of here. Bro, get your own swipe, bro. What the hell, man? Come on, dude. But for that moment, from the Barclays to the train, it was with me, dude.
Right.
I was in it.
Yeah.
Wow. So I was going to say, you were so unmoved, you didn't go back next week.
Bro, I went back 3 times.
Really?
That's more than I've been with most women. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, this is a big deal. You know? Carl just looked up. Looked at the clock like how long we got.
God is like,
I understand the value.
God is like your main side chick. God is your main side chick.
Forgive me, Lord.
It's a good metaphor. Forgive me. No, I understand.
So a lot of you thinking right now, okay, what does the Pastor Carl Lentz know about basketball? I'll have you know that Pastor Carl Lentz and I met through basketball.
True. Very true.
But even before that, this man played basketball at quite a high level.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina.
North Carolina State.
Oh, wow. NC State.
NC State. Mm-hmm. NC State.
Legit.
D1.
Yeah.
Very good D1.
Very good D1.
ACC.
Yeah.
At that time, highest level.
What year?
Must have been recruited to play there.
Yep.
What years?
To play.
Sorry.
Recruited walk on.
What years?
98 to 2000.
Did you beat Duke? The Jay Williams Duke team, was that you or was that 2002?
Well, we got destroyed by Duke 3 times that year because they had Elton Brand, Trajan Langdon.
Trajan, the Alaskan assassin,
yes. Corey Maggette. But I went to a prep school coming out of high school, and I got a couple good looks, but my team was the best team in the country. So we had like 13 guys to go D1. One guy went straight to the league. He was the 3rd guy to go preps to pros. Who? Corleone Young. If you Google him, you'll find out what happened to him. But he didn't pan out, to say the least. Okay. But he was a monster. He was like LeBron before LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron's game, that was Corleone. And NC State came to sign my roommate. He got suspended, didn't play. I played in that game and had a pretty good game. The funny thing is I got ejected by halftime. Really? It was enough for Herb Sendek at the time to come right in the locker room and say, I can't give you a scholarship, but I want you on this team.
This is your high school game?
This is the year after high school, prep school.
Oh, in the prep school. That's right.
And I was like, before he even finished the sentence, I was like, I'm in. Because I was probably going to sign with like, maybe like a mid-major, probably even D2. Because that was honestly my level.
Right.
But when you get that opportunity,
you go.
I'm like, didn't even think twice.
Okay. You end up going to NC State.
Yep.
Now, I've always wondered what the life is for I imagine you're coming off the bench.
Better than you can imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it akin to like punter in the NFL or?
No, like, okay.
Because I think that's the life.
It's the greatest job in the world.
By far.
Yeah.
I mean, Morton Anderson, he's still kicking somewhere right now. 67.
Yeah, but Morton Anderson, there's pressure on a kicker. The punter,
bar.
no pressure. No blame.
You know what?
No one
You're
blames you
right.
for a
You're
loss.
actually
Yes, that's true.
NFL punter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NFL punter.
Okay, go
Long
on.
snapper as well, though, because they can't get hit.
I can't do
True,
that though.
true.
Long snapper, throw something back.
So yeah, the life is kind of what people think it is at that level.
Okay, groupies everywhere
Yep.
testing you.
Yep.
Actually, you're not a man of the Lord just yet.
Correct.
No. Yeah.
Oh, pastor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah, you picked a good time to find
And
God.
this is
I wouldn't have found God in college either.
convenient.
But what's funny about that is I did.
You know what?
Right at the height of that is actually when I felt like God began to change my life. So sophomore year.
Began to change your life?
Yeah.
Like you still had time to get some sin in?
Oh,
I mean,
Listen.
sin doesn't stop. That's the problem with sin.
listen, he
It's
died
like
for your sins. Don't let him die in vain.
continuously.
You had 2 years at NC State.
Of me trying to reject sin. I think
Okay,
that's a big
yeah,
difference.
trying to
But-
reject.
Now,
I'm noticing these
when you
words.
go to heaven, do you think there's going to be a moment between you and Jesus where he's like, listen, bro, I appreciate you because I died for the sin. And if you just didn't at least fuck a couple girls in NC State. You know what I mean? The very least, fam. Look at me. You wilding hard.
I will say that those of us that have sinned much appreciate God's grace even more. So to that point, maybe. But I don't think that God's keeping that kind of track
Right.
at all.
Maybe.
I mean, but to your point,
Because he could have
though,
sent you to a mid-major.
I think
But he was like, nah, you going to NC State, man. We out here.
that's exactly what it was. So that whole time, my life was like. You're right. It was,
Can we get
it was wild.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me.
details? Vivid details.
Well, you don't have to do anything.
I can go.
All right, go.
I mean, I was so good at like recruiting that I was in charge of the recruits. They would come in.
Female recruits.
No, the guys.
No.
You were
If you
recruiting
have
for the
a
starters.
prospect coming in, they get to campus, and it's
Gotcha.
me and there are two other guys who have not signed off on the confidentiality thing, so I won't say their names. One was Adam Harrington, who's the player development coach for the Brooklyn Nets right now, but he said I couldn't use his name, so I won't use Adam Harrington's name. So me and Adam, shout out to Sean Marks, Brooklyn Nets GM, who's probably shaking his head once he hears this. We would get the guys and we would take them out. I mean, whether that's their hotel room would be decked out, and then we go to parties and do whatever.
So this was
Or
what we
whoever.
saw in the movie.
Chips.
He got game.
Well, he got
That's
game.
what we thinking out here.
Yeah,
Blue
he got
chips,
game
PG-13.
into
pretty close.
I'm not thinking no PG-13
Yeah.
movies.
That's
Pastor.
the only thing I like about Rick Fox
Yeah.
is his
I don't know
role in
Rick Fox,
Okay.
but that's pretty good. That's a pretty good meter for what it was like.
Really?
Okay, so you're taking them out to
Wow.
parties, and
Yep.
these are high school kids.
Yep.
A lot of them prep as well. Sometimes
Yeah, so,
a year removed from
remember,
college.
at this time in the ACC, the culture was different. So that it was still, you're still going 4 years.
Yeah.
You're still
Yeah.
like wanting desperately to, like, so ACC at the time.
I was actually thinking, me too.
That's Vince. That's Vince.
But you're
that's
right, though.
Jameson.
Right.
That's Steve Francis at Maryland. That's the era the ACC was like.
And
ridiculous.
when these athletes stay 4 years at a college, they become even bigger celebrities
For
than you would
sure.
say now,
Yeah.
because they're not only ingrained into the culture of the school, but they've been on TV.
Right, like Zion
For
Williams.
4
right? Zion
yes.
at Duke right now, like he's
Yes.
going to be big time at Duke. But imagine if he stayed for
4 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
a
yeah.
different world back then. So then it was just a big deal to get these recruits.
4 years of major television exposure. Real quick. So you're there. These kids are coming.
Yep.
And I imagine if you're part of the basketball team, there's access to like the crazy parties,
Access to everything. Yes.
clubs,
Yep.
bars.
Everything.
There's nobody's asking for ID. Nothing.
Never.
Really.
Ever. No.
So you just, hey, I'm on the team.
And all the
walk right
frats
in.
are cool with you. So it's like, because I mean, you never roll by yourself, but if you got if you're on the basketball team, you roll with your guys, and everyone's like just pumped to have you at their party. So none of that weird beef. Like every party,
Accepts.
you
gotta.
for sure.
Right, because if you're in different frats, there's like a little frat.
Right,
beef.
but you can
Okay.
go in your frat.
So you're pulling up. You guys got the recruits with you.
Yeah.
You're there. You were here already 2 years, probably.
A year.
You're famous on campus.
For sure. People know the 12 guys on the basketball team for sure.
And this is not a little school.
This is a huge school.
This is what people got to realize, especially, we have a lot of fans listen from Europe. Like colleges in America,
It's
It's a fucking city.
Well, it's called the Triangle. You got Duke, you got UNC, you got NC State.
Yeah.
And you got Wake Forest right over here. So that's like, I mean, this is basketball's God down there.
If you live in Europe, college is Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Do
It's
whatever
just
you
party,
want.
do whatever you want.
Parties.
Nobody's
That's a
watching.
great
No
description.
no kind of rules. Yeah. Okay. Craziest party that you end up at.
One time in particular, we had a recruit. He was like the #1 recruit in the country, and he was choosing between us and North Carolina. And we stupidly go to a party at UNC. Dude falls in love with a girl, goes to UNC.
And who is that?
Can't say. Because I don't know the guy anymore, and I don't want to blow his spot up. That's a true story. So we're like, let's just go. We'll hit this party at Chapel Hill. We'll come back to this. We always went to this club called the Big Bad Wolf. We'll hit the Big Bad Wolf, but we never made it out of that party. And then he didn't even show up the next day for like whatever we had planned. The coach like, well, how'd it go with this guy? We're like, it went really good. Next 3 days, boom, signs with Carolina.
Wow. You couldn't tell him you took him to UNC because he'd have lost his mind.
Yeah.
How did he know?
Go.
Sorry,
That's how arrogant we were. We're like, we'll just
roll in anywhere. It don't matter.
Yeah, we'll get out of Duke, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you find out you had a knack for recruiting?
I think I had a knack for being at the right place at the right time, and the coaches knew that I could understand all the unsaid stuff. So, because some of that stuff's illegal. Some of that stuff's
that was where I wanted to go
so
next.
They kind of figured that I was smart enough to know what they didn't want to know, how to pull it all off. I mean, I think coaches just know. Who
so like a mob boss doesn't say to somebody, "Hey, I'm going to need you to kill that guy," right?
Say, some of these guys shouldn't be around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how
I
does
wish somebody
a coach,
would take care of this problem.
Yeah, I have a problem. I wish he was. Okay, so do you ever have a time with a coach where they're sitting down, they're like, "Hey, Carl, I need this guy to have a good time."
Yes.
That's the combo. And then it's like, throw vaginas at him.
But the thing is, my coach at NC State, Herb Sendek, was one of the most classy, non-rule breaking dudes ever.
So it's the above the coach.
Or
just
underneath, maybe.
the whole system.
Yeah,
you know, you had plenty of room to work around. And what he didn't know, sometimes coaches aren't going to know.
And
do you think he chose not to know, or do you think he really didn't know?
I think it'd be a mix of like, you just would assume you're going to do the right thing. You know?
Hope you're gonna do the right thing, and
Okay, so that's the craziest party.
Yeah.
But we don't know really what's happening at these parties.
Exactly what you
Orgies.
think is happening. You know what?
Something like the movie He's Got Game, where literally two girls walk in the room.
I think, that stuff does go on. I was actually at a party that started to go that direction.
Yeah.
And that was one of the nights where I decided, man, this is too far. Honestly, that's one of the things that started to turn my head a little bit.
Do you think it's because you weren't the guy with the two girls?
Nope. That was not an issue.
I got you. All right. Heat check. All right.
I just remember thinking, like, this isn't for me. This is.
You felt a little guilty.
Not guilty. I just felt like this. I know better than this.
Okay.
Like and this is before the Me Too stuff. It is before all that stuff's really politically out there. But when you see, 5 or 6 dudes talking to 2 girls, and you see where the night's headed, and it just some guys are still going to go that way. But I, even at that stage of my life, was like, I don't know if that's who I ever want to be.
Yeah, I don't ever want to be that.
No.
Just sharing vaginas.
Yeah,
I'm very selfish.
Yeah.
Well, different reasons, same destination.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also care about them.
Sure. I know you. Deep down.
I'm also concerned with them, obviously. But